Nigeria has secured a game-changing deal to make HIV prevention more affordable, slashing the cost of the powerful new drug, lenacapavir, from over 41 million naira to just 60,000 naira per person per year. Now, the announcement came at the Clinton Global Initiative during the UN General Assembly in New York, where Nigeria was praised for its leadership. Now, lenacapavir, which is taken just twice a year, is nearly 100% effective in preventing new HIV infections and will now be accessible to millions across Nigeria and other low-income countries. Health officials say this marks a major step toward ending HIV as a public health threat by 2030, especially for vulnerable groups. And I beg your pardon. Let's talk politics now. The opposition coalition is turning up the pressure, asking its members to leave their current parties and fully join the African Democratic Congress, or ADC. Now, this comes after a strategic caucus meeting in Abuja as parties begin early moves ahead of the 2027 elections. ADC spokesperson Bolaji Abdullahi confirmed the directive, but said there's no set deadline yet. Meanwhile, both the APC and PDP have dismissed the move as premature and politically insignificant. But the question remains, can the ADC become a real alternative? For a live session, the chairman of ADC in Lagos State, George Ashiru, joins me here now in the studio for more on the story. Mr. Ashiru, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. So let's ask this question.
My pleasure, first and foremost.
Grand, thank you.
Thank you.
The ADC is asking other party members to, well, hey, jump ship. Where's that confidence coming from?
No, the coalition in the very first place was the creation of this same political stakeholders in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. They came together and adopted our party as the platform for a credible alternative coalition. So basically what they're saying now is that let's move into the next phase, which is let all the political bigwigs now begin to identify directly if their various wards and the various states, rather than just being coalition leaders, be actual members of the party in a formal sense. So that's a phase. You know, we start with the coalition discussions and the mobilizations and bringing people together, and then people can now begin the registration processes. Okay. So I think it's just an announcement that it's time for us to move into that phase. Okay,
well, very eloquently put, but the APC and PDP, they've shrugged it off and said, you guys aren't ready. What's your response to that?
What do you expect them to say? Everything we are doing now is in the news, and they're expected to respond to everything they're not comfortable with. But the moment you start seeing all of these people that they are worried about, the bigwigs, the powerful people who have run this country in the past and then still very, very politically strong in the various areas, the moment they begin the process of driving all of their members and supporters into this coalition by their own physical joining of the party, where they have not done that, then that marks the beginning of the end of some of these parties who are speaking, because quite a lot of their own members are going to start doing it over a period of 1 year. Some people will tell you that, no, wait, I'm coming in 6 months, I'm coming in 3 months, I'm coming in 4 months. So, but we are focusing on the big ones, the ones with the popular names, the Atikus, the Erufais, the Amechis, that they want to see evidence that they have gone to the awards. But who knows whether they have really actually gone to the awards and done it quietly. The truth is that it's a game of strategy. So there's some information that's public and some that are not. But the party is simply saying, one of the things we've agreed is that let it be now more obvious. Do your various public affirmations and let everybody know where you stand. So no one will ever misconstrue your presence in a particular place as meaning you are not yet committed to ADC. So that's really what the meeting of our elders came up with yesterday.
It's very interesting, the ADC and the coalition and everybody who's actually been prominently featured inside of this grand talk. But isn't that how every political party starts?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the LP. It was very big for 2023. We don't see that strength. We don't see that push anymore. Now, the ADCs come with all these big names that you're talking about, and many people are saying, yeah, it's just going to be for 2025, and then we're done. What's your response to that?
But you see, I like the fact that you mentioned Labour Party. Labour Party was built around a candidate.
In candidate?
A candidate.
A candidate.
One candidate, came into Labour Party, and the Labour Party became an adopted platform for his supporters. But now we have a coalition around a party that's bigger than Labour Party to start with. You understand? And then you then have all of these founders of these other parties coming together into this coalition, to ADC. So we are talking, and we don't even have presidential candidates yet. We don't have governorship candidates. We're not even in the election season. So the fact that we're already in the front burner and they were making a lot of noise and we're influencing policy.
What makes you think you're in the front burner?
We are in the front burner because you have already said it. APC is talking about us, Labour is talking about us, PDP is talking about us.
What are you doing differently that makes you front burner conversation?
Well, you have said it in the beginning. The critical mass of the political players in this country have chosen one platform, something that's difficult for all of them to choose one platform, because a lot of them usually will take separate platforms and then compete against each other. What they're saying is, look, let us unify and come under one platform. That's something that's different in this country.
It would seem to be a game of big names.
Yeah,
so
but
when you have big names inside of a coalition, what do you expect? People that will drive conversation.
Absolutely,
So
but then that's what politics is all about.
That doesn't seem to be your effort. It's the efforts of people who have made big names in other political parties or other political endeavors coming into the ADC.
The leaders are responding to the cries of the people. So when the people tell you this is what they want, the leader will flow in that direction. So when people are saying we need to have a change, the leaders are listening. And because they're politically wise, they know what it means. It means we have to do something to create that change. And what is that change? Okay, I'm not going to be able to do it on my own. You are not going to be able to do it on your own, but your strength and my strength coming together makes it possible for us to do it so that the people have a hope and they have a choice. But for people not to have a choice is dictatorship. We're going to have an autocratic government once people don't have a credible alternative. So they used to have scattered alternatives, scattered opposition. Now you have one force where people from all of these various scattered alternatives have come together to say, look, let us unify. Naturally, it's not just a conversation, it's the fact that now the average Nigerian electorate can now say, I now know where I can vote, for sure. I'm not spoiled for choice. I don't have to worry, should I vote LP? Am I sure whether LP can do it? Should I vote? Now, all of them in LP, all the people in PDP, all the people in these parties, SDP, they've all chosen one platform. So it's easy for me. It's either this or that.
I'm going to draw a table here. So let's say, well, the ADC, first of all, has not put any timeline to, any decampers who want to come in. But I'm wondering whether there is one. If there is one, you'll answer that. Then, if the ADC does succeed come next election, will it still continue to accept decampers? Because if it does that, then that means it's definitely no different from the PDP or the APC or any other party that has succeeded and seen people decamp from that party that failed into their party with the bad baggage that they had from before. So what's the difference?
So let me first answer the issue of the timeline. The timeline has not been provided, but it might be understood. So there could be an internal understanding that this is the timeline. We don't want to give timelines because there are people who might feel the need to wait for a certain reason for a particular time politically. Maybe because you're trying to organize yourself, organize your team, your structures, your members, to be able to move so that you don't go ahead and then you have to drag them, with you. So that is clearly a strategic move. Then the issue of people decamping, we don't like to use the word decamping. We call it coalescing.
Okay.
People choosing a platform that they think can solve the problem of Nigeria and then coming into it. We're going to get to the point in this country where if we're ideologically driven, there can only be 2 or 3 ideologies, political ideologies. You can have 50, 60, 70, 90. There has got to be either this way to run the country or that way to run the country or a third alternative. Nigeria is going to get to that point where we're not going to be able to sustain 60, 70, 80, 90 political parties. Everybody's going to have to coalesce around major parties that carry the ideologies that will save Nigerians. Nigerians can make a choice. Now, if you look at the American political system, there are other political parties, Green Party, this party, that party. But there are 2 critical ideologies in the way America is run. It's either you are Democrat or you're Republican. Then the others are what we call fringe parties, and I don't like to use the word fringe. But they are able to accept people who believe that, no, these 2 don't represent what I believe in, and I'd rather stay here, even if I have just one representative in the parliament. Now, this same thing in the UK and most parts of the world, and these are the people that brought democracy to us. And they're basically making it clear to us that we're going to move to that point, ideologically as a nation, where we're going to then be politically wise in terms of what types of government will suit us. And then we're going to make a choice between this or this alternative. So coalescing is different from political decamping. Political decamping is fear of losing power and jumping.
So real quick
now,
summary,
we are not in power.
Will they still be coalescing even after the ADC?
Of course. Coalescing will continue forever.
Mr. Bashiru, thank you very much.
Ashiru,
sorry. That's such a friendly conversation. Maybe we should have it another time.
Thank you.
Over some drinks and you're buying.
Why not? Why not? We'll be very glad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.